What's going on, TWP fam? It's been a while. How y'all been? I didn't forget about this channel. I honestly, for my own purpose, I needed to go out and actually do some research, some digging, some learning of my own, because I realized like I really wasn't going anywhere with this channel. I was trying to document my journey, but my own journey, like it was just a lot of hiccups in the road. So once again, how have you been doing? It's August 26th. It's a Tuesday, 6:33. Market has been open for 33 minutes now. How am I doing? I did eventually end up blowing the account that I had last posted about. And it's not gonna let me show you guys on here. But I will show you like the current one that I'm in. I'm already down $921. So definitely overall it has been a downpour. Like August has not been kind. This is a new combine, because when I failed the other one, I thought I had a free reset, but they updated their terms and everything again on TopStep, so that $50 just went down the drain, unfortunately. But I'm still determined that I'm gonna get all this money back tenfold, so I'm not really worried about the money purposes anymore. But I'm saying that as of August 21st, not really August 8th. When I got this new account August 8th, you can see that I had that one win, and then the next week, not so good. Had some wins, but then basically gave it all back. Same with last week up until the 21st. On August 21st, I found a new YouTuber that I started watching, and he was basically talking about ICT Concepts. And like I want to make sure that I am fully transparent on this channel, because the market isn't like, it's not somebody's property, like the market is for anybody who's willing to go through the down spirals of life and reflect on yourself. So that's mainly what it does. It shows you who you truly are as a person. Are you greedy? Are you humble? Like, are you patient? Do you procrastinate? Do you rush? Are you easily triggered? So the market definitely reflects more so your emotions than anything. So on October 21st, I watched his video, and it was a strategy at first, and I basically kind of just copied and pasted. I didn't really understand like what he was teaching, because he didn't really teach anything. He just taught the strategy, like how it works. He didn't explain what it was, and so I had to go deeper. But from the little bit that I did see, I tried it out, and I kind of guessed a little bit because I didn't really know how to place anything at the moment. So it came out with a win. So I mean, that's pretty cool. Then Friday, found a different YouTuber who was doing the same kind of concepts. Didn't truly explain it yet again, but I did try to do my own kind of like common sense kind of situation. And yeah, I tried it again. It didn't really work on Monday. Like I had watched, because I joined his community, watched his 2-hour video, and he still didn't really explain what the things were that I needed to be understood. Like, I don't know about you, but the way my brain is set up, like I need to know the why into everything in order for me to fully understand it. So that way I know why I'm placing it on my chart. Because it's one thing to copy and paste somebody, but then there's another thing to have your own knowledge behind it. So that way you know when and when not to put those things on your chart. So Monday, definitely not so good. I did end up opening it up to doing 2 trades a day instead of just one. But I do believe I'm going to switch that right now to put that back to 1 trade per day. So that way I am, I would say saving my capital for right now, because as you can see, I'm down $921. So I'm basically $1,000 away from blowing this account, and we don't want to blow another account. Like I would like to actually understand something. Like, I would like to understand what I'm looking at on the charts and why I'm looking at it before I start to get in and start doing what the 5 micros and stuff like that. So, this morning, actually, for the morning session, which was basically Tuesday's session, because as of right now, we're currently in Wednesday session in the Asian session at 6:38. Um, but yeah, so I actually tried the strategy because I found a different YouTuber. I think the best part about YouTube University is like you can literally find all the information that you need right when you need it, right where you need it. And if it's not under one YouTuber, just keep looking because you're going to find what you're looking for if you don't give up on your search. So this morning, I tried it and I lost $137.50. However, the market still did what I thought it was going to do. I just got in early. So that was like my biggest thing as of right now is understanding when to win, like when to get in. So definitely I just need to work on my timing of my entries, and I'm still working on my patience and everything, and making sure to sit on my hands. And I actually do sit on my hands because, I am so eager to pay off all my debt and travel the world and do all the things that I want to do without having to, show up to a 9 to 5. Because, like, who wouldn't want to do that? Like, unless it's your business, like, unless you truly enjoy showing up to somebody else's dream and like working for somebody else, congratulations to you. However, that is not my life, so that's why I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys that I'm still here. I did not forget about this channel. I really just had to do some soul searching and research and actually learn a strategy. So today I'm actually just going to explain, little by little, like, so that way we're somewhat on the same page. So we're going to start it from the very, very beginning. What even is a candle? Because if you don't know what a candle is, you can't really go much further. You would just be guessing and gambling. And instead of, I guess watching a 2-hour video of somebody else, I'll try to do a basic breakdown of what a green candle is and what a red candle is and why they're so important. So essentially, when you're looking at the market, if you're going to become a day trader, candles are the best, I guess, bar chart to look at in terms of like giving you information of where price is moving or not. And so there's 2 different types of candles. There's a green candle or a long candle or a buy candle. Then there's a red candle, a sell candle, or a short candle. They're all called different things, and you can also change the color however you like it, so that way one is up, one is down. So the green candle, it opens on the bottom and buyers push the price higher, right? Then it closes at the top. The wick on the top and bottom is where price wanted to go but did not settle on. So it's really the body of the candle that we're looking at, like where the price is actually confirmed to move at. The wicks are just telling us where it wanted to go, but it did not get there. So then we have the red candle, which is the opposite, is the sell candle, short, and whatever else you want to call it, the bearish candle. That one opens at the top because those are sellers that are in control of that, and they're pushing the price lower. So hopefully this is making sense. There's an open and a close on both candles. It's just they open on opposite ends. For buyers, they push the price up. For sellers, they push the price down. The wicks on the top and bottom tells you where the market was trying to go, but did not settle on. The body of the candle is what actually happened. So why is this important? Because, well, it's important because if we look at the chart, we can see that the price moves up, the price moves down. And on the actual chart, you can see up here in the top different time frames: 1M, 5M, 15, 30, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily. So each time frame has its own set of candles. They all mean something different. So like They all mean the same thing with the open and close of the pricing and the wicks and everything, but they each tell a different story. So right now we're on the 4 hour candle, the 4 hour time frame, which means every candle is worth 4 hours. So this candle was at 2 p.m. and then it closes at 5 p.m. because the market closes. So on and so forth. Whereas 30-minute, each candle is worth 30 minutes. 5-minute, each candle is worth 5 minutes. You can see in the orange box on the price that there's 1 minute and 41 seconds left of this 5-minute candle, which is not even really a candle. It looks like a little bit of a doji. But yeah, if you're wanting to get to know like more about candles, there's plenty of videos out there that explain the different kind of candles, how to read each candle, what each candle means, different candle patterns, and so on and so forth. What do I want to teach you? I'm just going to teach you what I learned so far, which is an ICT concept of displacement and fair value gaps. So, market structure, I basically just told you that market structure is composed of highs and lows. You got lower highs and lower lows, you got higher highs and higher lows, and sometimes you have some consolidation, which would be right there, right? Why is this important? Because we need to know what a market structure shift is. So essentially a market structure shift is when you go from a downtrend to an uptrend where the market is now shifting in a different direction. So like, earlier I tried to explain it as a set of stairs. You're shifting from one set of stairs to the next set of stairs, and all stairs don't look the same, right? So let me see. If the market is trending down, you want to look in the highs. So it would be here, it would be here, it would be here, right? If the market is trending up, you want to look in the lows, it would be here. And I'm not going to circle that general area because I'm trying to, make sure I put it all in like one little area. But essentially, a market structure shift is when it doesn't touch the same peak that it did previously. So a market structure shifts happens when it goes from a lower high to a higher high, and it causes a displacement. A displacement is an energetic move that breaks the previous market structure. So you can see right here that a market structure shift happened here because it's higher than this one down here. And essentially what ends up happening is it creates a fair value gap. And a fair value gap is a 3 candlestick pattern where the first candle that would be down here and the third candle that would be right here create a gap in between here, right? That would be your fair value gap. And essentially, when it comes to market structure, like that's where you would put your entry point at to trade. Now, like, does this work? Yes, it does actually work. Did I try it? Yes, I did. I tried it this morning. Did I win? No, I did not. I was too early, and I did not give myself enough space to breathe on the chart. But now I'm going to bring it onto the chart and show you how to actually apply these things that we see. So essentially, I learned to mark the previous week high and the previous week low. So that way we can at least see where we're trading. You can kind of see that we're in a downtrend, and it kind of looks like it wants to do a market structure shift. How do I know that? Because right here, this gigantic move right here, we're gonna put, let's see. You see how it went down, up, down. I'm gonna change the colors. Give me a second. Up, down, and then it came way up, down, and then up, right? I'm gonna change this to white so you guys can see it. So Hopefully you can see where the market structure shift would go. If not, that's fine. I'm going to draw it right now. So this would have been one here, right? And I already have like these preset to say market structure shift. Another one was right here. And this would have been the one that we were paying attention to because it was the most recent. It was the most recent peak. So if we get rid of that, you can see on the chart, this was a market structure shift and it created a fair value gap, right? So how will we draw that? This is the 4-hour time frame. So I'm gonna grab a 4-hour fair value gap template. It's from the first candle and the third candle. And you're just gonna move it over, right? So now we're in a 4-hour fair value gap. I'm gonna move the text so that way you can see it. We'll just put it on the bottom. So where would the entry have been? The entry would have been after the market retest into the fair value gap to rebalance the market, and the entry possibly would have been right here. Now, where was I when I made the trade? I was right here. I was in this general area right here. However, I was looking at it on the 15-minute time frame. Well, actually, I think I was on the 5-minute time frame. And so my stop loss was way closer than it needed to be. And I just did not survive the pull down, like the pullback. So essentially, I got stopped out and then the market moved without me. So like you can see on my practice account, well, you can see on my real account, I lost the 137.50. And then I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, that $97.50, I could have saved that had I just kept my emotions intact. That's why I moved my settings to just do one trade a day, because clearly I'm still immature and I will still, if I have it, I'm just gonna use it. That's not the greatest mentality to have. But you can see on my practice account, I made the $560 because I sat in it for 4 hours. You know, like just seeing that just seeing that it was possible, like, yeah, it somewhat makes me upset because it's like I feel like I understand what I'm doing. It's just I keep getting in the way of myself. And that's really like the biggest thing that trading has taught me. Like I definitely, first of all, like don't listen to myself for the most part. And I overcomplicate almost absolutely everything in my life. So essentially, the biggest problem in my life is me. And until I figure out how to listen to myself and stop being so hard on myself and understanding that this is a learning process, I feel like, there's going to be a lot more red days, and it doesn't even have to be money involved. Like, I think overall, like, I think my brain, I think I'm not really giving myself a fair shot. But you guys can see that the market structure shift happened. And so now where would we be looking next? Essentially, because it came out of the fair value gap and it's looking very bullish, I would think that the next market structure shift would happen here. So if the market, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I can't draw straight lines. So give me a second. 48.75. So yeah, so if the market breaks through this, right? We're gonna call that a market structure shift. If the market breaks through this, right, it would create a fair value gap, which it's already creating a fair value gap, but the market, that candle isn't closed yet, so I don't believe it until it's closed. And if it does continue to create a fair value gap here, I would basically be looking for it to come back and test this fair value gap, respect the fair value gap, and then I'd be able to get in right here. So essentially, trading, the biggest thing I've learned with trading is really kind of boring. Like I feel like I have now cracked the code to understanding like the shifts and everything like that. In this one video that I learned this morning, I'm definitely somebody that's a quick learner. And like I hope this video isn't that long, but I do realize that if I'm gonna really document my journey, I really need to speak this stuff out and really just speak it into existence. That I know what I'm doing, I understand what I'm doing, and I know that I love to learn, and I know that it is a one day at a time, one step at a time process. So yeah, I'm going to continue to work on not being so hard on myself and realizing that the market owes me nothing. And until I realize that, you know, I'm going to continue to see what I see if I continue to let my emotions do what it's going to do. But yeah, so as of right now, this would be the waiting game. Um, I would say that my bias is to go green. I think we're trying to touch all time highs. I feel like we're trying to go back up to all time highs. So I don't feel like the market is going to shift. But I'd be the first one to tell you I do not stick to one bias, because if it's anything that I learned in this market, it does whatever it wants to do. So at any given moment, this market could crash and go down to the bottom. So, like, definitely, I take everything with a grain of salt. So, in order for me to look bearish, the market would have to not only break this fair value gap, right? But it's also gonna have to break this fair value gap, break that market structure shift right there, right? And yeah, it's gonna have to break another one here and continue to the downside. So essentially, it is very much possible, because like these candles, they be moving, like they really do be moving. So at any given Monday or whatever day of the week, the market could always shift. And that's the one thing that I'm making sure to stay liquid about. I would say, as long as I'm staying true to myself and being patient, I think patience is like the biggest downfall that I have. Like, I am not waiting long enough to take these trades, and I'm missing out all these opportunities, which is fine, because I don't want to continue to be a FOMO kind of person where I'm constantly only getting in because I don't want to miss out. I feel like I'm only missing out if I keep getting in on something that already left without me. So hopefully I dropped some gems for you guys today. This is the current market setup. This is what I'm waiting for. Do I see myself trading tonight? If the market moves, maybe. If not, there's always tomorrow. I always try to look at the Asian session before going to bed, because sometimes it does move in the Asian session. Sometimes it moves overnight. So really just knowing that the market always moves and there's always going to be opportunities to get in where you fit in, I think that's what allows me to stay humble and grounded. But as of right now, we are currently at this market structure point right here. And hang on, it's not a straight line, so we'll go with 18. So we're currently here, and I would say until it either breaks through, there's really nothing to do. It's really kind of just consolidating in this general area. We can always look back at the 15 minutes, see what it's truly doing. As of right now, it's really kind of rejecting this market peak right here. We can see that it touched it 4 different times this week, with it breaking out a little bit, then the 1, the 2, and the 3. Now, the last time, usually when I write these little circles on here, usually the market either runs away from it, like it saw something it wasn't supposed to, or it actually breaks through. And so far, 9 times out of 10, it has, just ran away from it. But we're going to hope that this is going back to the upside, and we really won't know until we know with more confirmations. So once again, I hope you all are doing well. I really hope that this video wasn't too long. I hope you understood everything that I was saying. And yeah, I think this was like the first video that I actually explained something that I learned. And now you guys know what I'm looking at, how I look at the chart. And yeah, if you have any questions, definitely put it in the comments below. And I'm trying to get better at explaining. So that way I'm better explaining it to myself. Because sometimes we just need to talk out loud. So yeah, so until the next one, I really hope this helped. Once again, I am not a professional. And don't use it if you can't afford to lose it. I'll see you guys in the next one.